Greetings, everyone. Things look a little strange today. I'm experimenting again. Experimenting with my camera. Got a slight angle going on here, huh? Feeling a little weird? A little dizzy? Yeah, this is the type of angle that a lot of movie makers use to make like a confused type of setting. Like things are slightly off. Yeah, whatever. Let me just establish something right now. I'm tired. Really tired. I've had a pretty crazy weekend so far. I uh I go into detail, but you know what? I know it bores the shit out of people. I think it does. I think it bores the shit out of people. But I'm going to do it anyway. Um Friday was a long ass freaking day. I don't even remember the last time I made a video now because everything just blends together. Like sometimes 1, 2, 3 days, they all feel like one. And it's hard to explain, but what seems like it was a long time ago could have just been earlier today or even just yesterday. It's like a phenomenon, sort of like this camera angle. Even looking at this through my viewfinder, I'm getting a little dizzy. Could be motion sickness, which would be terrible if you were trying to have sex, I suspect. So anyway, not knowing what I said in my last video, I know that Friday was a long ass day because I had to stay an extra hour and a half for a meeting at work. Because they're establishing new corporate culture, like how much they care about their employees and rah rah, sis boom ba. It's great to work for a company that cares. Anyway, it's just I'm making fun, poking fun. But so yeah, I came home. I did some work. Had to take a nap because I was freaking exhausted. Didn't get everything done that I wanted to get done. Got up because my friend's birthday was on Friday, and she wanted to go to the Palace Theater to see a new play that opened up. And I did it. Cut my sleep short so that I could go to the Palace Theater, which was it was cool. It was cool hanging out at the Palace Theater. I saw a bunch of people there that I haven't seen for a while. Peter Ramsey. It was cool bumping into him. We had a couple of nice chats about stuff, which is it's always interesting talking to him. I saw they hired back their old sound guy Dana that I worked with for years during the theater awards, and he had left for some other job, hated it, and the Palace was able to get him back. He's a much better sound guy than some of the other people that they brought in the interim. But not that they weren't good people. It's just there's a lot to learn about sound and what the Palace has for equipment and the acoustics of the building. And Dana already has established his knowledge in that area. But yeah, the Palace had a show that opened up that was Legally Blonde. Now, I'm not going to talk bad about the show because I'm not going to discourage anybody from going to see a show, but it's hard for a musical that has been made from a movie because you already know the story, you already know the ending. I mean, the crises and the questions and the resolve. I mean, you already know going in. So a musical can really only focus on the music, and a little bit of exposition, I guess, and some performances and some choreography. And I will say that Carl, the director of the shows at the Palace, never fails to have great choreography, very energetic and fun and appropriate to any mood or emotion in a scene. So he had some really good performers as well, So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about whether or not while it's still running anyway. If you want to go see a show, it's always a good time to go to the Palace Theater. Nice place to be. And I got drinks at the back room after, and that was fun. But I realized that I may have found a drink that I kind of like, maybe too much. Stoli, raspberry Stoli. It's pretty damn good. Liked it. Was able to drink it kind of fast. Not so good. Didn't sleep well. Woke up not feeling so well. Didn't sleep much, whatever, on Friday night. Got up Saturday and had to drive to North Conway. Drove a little bit of a, residue left over. And, rehearsed early, all day. It was a really long rehearsal, actually, because I think I got there around 3 and probably didn't finish till about 9:30 at night. So it was a long, long day. Saturday's rehearsal was a little weird, too, because it seemed like we regressed back a little bit. But in all fairness, it was the first time I had rehearsed with everybody for a week and on a new set. So all the blocking had changed. Everything had flip-flopped. What we had thought was going to be on one side of the stage was now on the other. And the distance between everything was much different, and even some of the entrances. So it was a major adjustment. It wasn't the lines, something like that we haven't had a problem with, because when you're moving in a certain area, you trigger something. I mean, that's technique we all use, right? But it was really confusing. It was off-putting, like with everything all different, and wherever we stopped and sat, and just every single area just really made a major impact to like what we could do. But that was on Saturday. We did work through things, and we got some things figured out. And Sunday, the rehearsal actually went very well. It was like night and day, almost like the supermoon that we had on Saturday night. It was fantastic, and so was the rehearsal we had on Sunday morning, 9 o'clock on Sunday morning, which I didn't sleep that well. I don't remember what the hell. It was Cinco de Mayo too. Cinco de Mayo. So, or like some people at my work like to say, Chinco de Mayo. I got some strange people at work. So, Moon, good rehearsal, and it was strange. I mean, like everything kind of really flowed well. I mean, I got through the whole play. I got stuck at a couple of places. I mean, and I'm on in almost just about every scene, So I mean, this is a lot of work for me, a lot of lines in this play, but I got through it all off book, with the new set, with all the adjustments, all the changes, and maybe got 1 or 2, 3 line calls. Not bad. Right where I want to be. The other show, Moon Over Buffalo, that's where I am too. I mean, I think that I can do the whole show off book, and maybe 1 or 2 line calls at this point. We'll find out tonight, because I'm going back to rehearsal tonight. I'll probably take a nap, but that's what I think that I'm at. I think that I'm at a point where I'm not going to be really calling for a line. I feel pretty good about both scripts. I was a little bit nervous a couple weeks ago, because it did seem like a daunting task, but wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad to be able to get to where I needed to get. 2 large scripts. So anyway, feeling good. Feeling pretty good. The only thing is, like, I just don't have a lot of time. I'm not getting a lot of sleep. I had, what it was? I was in this strange place, and I tell you, like, this dream that I had that woke me up this morning, Sunday morning, which is this morning, at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was like a nightmarish kind of dream. And I swear to God, it was all because the director of the show, it was the Jackson Inn that I stayed at. Beautiful building, beautiful. And she put me up in there. She told me before, I got into my room, she's like, "Oh, the place is haunted. Upstairs is haunted or something." I don't think much of haunted houses, okay? Really don't. But she had to say it. And of course, do you know what I dreamed about? You want to know? Yeah. So I'm on my grandmother's property. And my grandmother passed away last year, which still has an effect on me. And she was alive in my dream, which was good. It was a good part of it. But there's this big, huge bell. Okay? There's this big, huge bell on my grandmother's property. Have no idea. But it happens that there is a bell in the play that I'm working on. All right, so big huge bell goes off. So all I know is there's a ghost that is ringing this bell, and all of a sudden, like this big windstorm. So I know that there's ghost coming after me and attacking me at my grandmother's house, and I'm running from it, and it's starting to knock down my grandmother's building and all this stuff. And this is really symbolic in a lot of ways because of all the other shit that's going on in my life. But yeah, I remember at one point in the dream thinking like, is this real? And then I was awake. That's the first time I ever actually did that. I was in a dream. I think it was like having a dream in a dream, and then finally questioned whether it was real or not, and woke up from it. And I was a little disturbed by that. Wasn't able to go back to sleep. 4 o'clock in the morning, I was up. Probably slept for 3 hours, maybe. So anyway, I had another dream, like it was last week, and this one made me mad. The one girl that I'm trying to forget, want to not think about at all. She's in my dream, right? So there's this other girl that I know from I don't actually even know her. I mean, I've been out one time with her. I don't really know her. She's like a photographer, and she's very artistic. And she took pictures of this girl that I really don't want to ever think about. And so she's this fashion show. It looked like the cafeteria of my high school. And like everybody's getting ready. She's got this fashion show going on, and of course the girl I don't want to think about is there, and she's getting ready for it, and she looks phenomenal. She's putting on stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I hate that. I hate even seeing her, having her in my head and looking that good. That was not cool. It's coming close to 12 minutes, so I'm gonna have to cut this one short. So anyway, suffice it to say, looking forward to rehearsal tonight. I should be going to the movies to see the Avengers, hanging out with my friends. And that's it. I hopefully will catch all of you next time, which I will have a special message for. Tune in next time. So long, everybody.